What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I'm an addict, and my sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. Tonight, you guys, I have a special guest coming on the show. He'll be here in about 10 minutes, but I wanted to go ahead and get started so that way all of you guys could filter in and come join us. So that way, when he gets here, we'll all be ready to hear his story. So the guest that I have on joining us tonight, his name is Monte. And me and Monte have been friends for, I want to say three or 4 years now, maybe three. I met him when I was on YouTube or Facebook, and he is probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my whole entire life. He is genuine. He is a good example of what recovery is, and he is a tolerant, loving, kind person. And that's why I really, really can't wait to have him on the channel, and I can't wait for him to come share his story with you guys, because it's not every day that you meet somebody that is a genuine, kind person who is authentic, who is honest, who is real, and he is all those things and more. So I'm going to go ahead and share this video to all my um, people, and then we'll get started when he gets here. So as you guys filter in, just come on in, take a seat, greet your neighbor, maybe even drop your sobriety date down in the comment section, so that way people that are struggling with the disease of addiction, maybe they can see that and they'll say, hey, you know what? If Nicole can do it, I can do it. And so that's what we want to do. We want to encourage each other and support each other in this journey to sobriety. So let me go ahead and get all this stuff shared around, because I want to make sure that I get as many people here to hear this testimony, because this guy is, like I said, he's a miracle, and he's an awesome person. So live. Uh, Hey, mama. What's up, girl? So, if you guys don't mind sharing this video out, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to text everybody. Hey, Sky. We live, we live, we live, we live, we live, we live. Ah. Hey, Julie. What's up? What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming. I'm so glad to see all you guys here. Come on in, take a seat, greet your neighbor. How's everybody doing on their sobriety? Is everybody doing good? Is anybody struggling? Uh, be prepared to hear a great story tonight. You don't have to be sad or depressed, because you can just come over here and hang out with us and enjoy a good story and get some good recovery support and hang out, because that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I almost caved today, but it didn't. Oh, girl, I'm glad you didn't. I really am. I understand. I understand all about stress. Believe that. So I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I know, that's why I really hope that you can get on maintenance medication. I really do, Sky. Hey, Diane. I knew you'd want to be here, so I'm texting everybody that I know, because I want you guys to all be here to hear his story, because he's just an awesome guy. Hey, Cindy. Everybody's gonna be like, the only time she texts me is when she's sending me a YouTube video. I promise it's just because I want y'all to be here and hang out. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. I can't send any more text out. This is enough. Okay, so we're gonna hang out. We'll wait for Monte to get here. I think y'all are really gonna like him. Like I said, he's just a real genuine person, and I'm excited to hear his story because I don't know all his story. I know a little bit of it, not all of it. Can you guys hear me okay? Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Rosie. Shout out to all of my members. What's up, you guys? Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a patron. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Hey, Jexie. Hey, Alicia. Okay, girl. I'm texting everybody. Let them know we're live. I know all y'all's phone numbers. Isn't that funny? Oh, crack myself up. I was working today, y'all. I was calling a bunch of places and just doing work from home. Tomorrow, I have to go into my job that I work outside of my home, and so we'll see how that goes. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm going to like a really small store, so I don't think it'll be that bad of a deal. I'm hoping that it won't be, but we'll see. You know, I don't know what it is, but like lately here, YouTube's not sending out any of the notifications. I guess it's just because so many people are on YouTube right now. They're probably all busy. Ah, thanks for the money, man. Thanks, Jexie. It's okay. I understand totally. I totally understand. Thanks for the $5. You know, I'm all about that. Hey, anytime y'all want to send me a little bit of cash, I'll take it all. I'll take all of it. Okay, everybody. I think he's here. Hold on, I'm fixing to bring him on. Hey, David. All right,
Hello?
guys. Let me see. There
I'm
you are. I see you. Hold on. Take a second. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Here we go. It's a black screen for some reason. Can y'all hear me? What is going on here today? Hold on, Monte. It's not your fault. Here we go. Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey! I hear you. Can you?
I can hear you.
Okay, are you ready? Because we are live. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Monte, and I am an addict from Cincinnati, Ohio, by way of Louisville, Kentucky.
Heck yeah. How long have you been sober, Monte?
I have been sober for 3 years and 2 months. Yep.
And you know what? I was telling everybody before you came on, I was telling them that I met you on Facebook and I said, I got to go from Facebook, but we've always stayed in contact. And I was just telling everybody how you're just like, you're so genuine. You're so humble. You're honest. You're kind. You're loving. You're the exact example of what recovery is. And so I'm just honored to have you on my channel. And I cannot wait to hear your whole story because I don't think I've really ever heard the whole story before. So before we get into it, I want you to start from the beginning. Share with us what it was like when you were growing up. Then I want you to go into what it was like when you started getting into drugs and alcohol, and then tell us what your life is like now. And as you're going through the conversation, if I have any questions, I'll just kind of raise my hand, and then you let me in whenever you can. Okay?
Okay.
So
Sounds
you got
good.
the show. The show is all yours.
All right. The show is mine.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I I grew up in foster care. At the age of 10, I went to a mental institution because I was labeled beyond control. And the reason why I was labeled beyond control was because my mother had became a Jehovah Witness. And when she became a Jehovah Witness, their belief is that they don't celebrate no holidays. So I was stripped of Christmas, Thanksgiving, any holidays that I experienced from coming up to all the way up to the age of 10. Or should I say 11? We're gonna say 11. It stopped. And when it
Damn.
stopped, it devastated me. And so
Yeah.
I started acting out. And by me acting out, running away from home, being disobedient, cussing out my mother and stuff, being due to being rebellious, she sent me. I had to go. I had to go. She wasn't having it. Family members tried to intervene, try to take me, but she was like, no, he's not going to, if he's not going to abide by my rules, then he's not going to go with y'all. He's not going to have his way. And that landed me in a mental institution, y'all. Mental institution.
Damn.
I was around some deformed children. When I say deformed, I'm talking about physically deformed. Uh,
Yeah.
I was around kids who had bone diseases, and they were skinny and they would walk around like this. I was around kids who couldn't talk. I was around like giant kids who were. It reminded me of the one who flew over the cuckoo's nest, but the
That
kids
is my
version. Okay.
favorite. I grew up watching that with my dad.
Okay. Well, I was around the kids version of that. Okay. And then there was me. I was the one who was just defiant, and so we was like a. So I started making friends with these kids. We was like a gang. We would walk throughout the
Yeah.
place just acting up. And I've been in petted rooms at an early age. Just I was uh my life was really, really interesting at an early age. Okay. I was on my path. They say that we have a disease long before we pick up. And I could say I see
Yeah.
that. I see that. And then from there, uh I started going to
Shh, Neil, be quiet. Sorry about that.
no problem. From there, I I'm still going back and forth. During this time in the institution, they will allow me to go on home visits. Then when I go on a home visits, I'm still cut up. And so my mom was like, "No, I can't have you here no more. I know you got to go." But I was cool with doing that because I was able to do what I wanted to do. I didn't have to go to school really. I could smoke cigarettes and I could cuss out adults. And so, hey, that's a kid's dream. And so I'm like, okay, shoot, I can stay here in the state's property.
Are you
So,
you really were okay with that? Or tell me the truth. You were really okay with that, or when you were a kid you were okay with that? Now that you look back on that, that affected you.
well, at the age from 11 to 13, I was okay with it. But then
Yeah.
at the age of 13, something happened. Because from there, I'm going to no longer am I in the institution. I'm going to group homes now. Okay. And then from the group homes, I'm meeting other guys who are, these guys are okay. These guys are like thug guys. And then I
Mhm.
am in group homes with people who aren't deformed, who aren't mentally challenged. And now that I'm around these type of children, these type of guys, like on weekends they get to go home with their, from the group home. They was able to go home on weekend passes. I had to stay there, and that started bothering me. Like, man,
Yeah.
don't nobody with me. Then that's when rejection started to take place in my life. I started fearing rejection, not good enough, less than, low self-esteem, low self-worth started to creep in to my spirit at an early age. And so then I'm seeing this, damn, something, then I'm not okay with this. So in order not to be okay with this, I'm doing what we do. We run off and start drinking.
Yep.
Yeah, then that changed the feeling. And then from the drinking, we start smoking some weed. That really changed the feeling. And so that's when uh that started my honeymoon stage, they say, uh of my using. So now from 13, I'm gonna say all the way up to 16, I'm being bounced around from group home to group home. Now this time my family members are starting to get involved, and I'm being bounced around there and from family member to family member. So there's no stability in my life.
Yeah.
At times, while I'm being bounced around, I'm starting to be okay with people taking care of me. Uh, I'm starting to be with just okay, whatever happens, happens. I want to say some type of form of acceptance, but unhealthy acceptance. Okay, started to take place, and then from
Yeah.
16, from 16 to 18, I turned 18. Now at the age of 18, when you turn 18, you got to leave state's property. You got to leave state's custody now. And I've been bounced around. I don't know how to live, and then they're gonna put me out. That right there, it devastated me. But thank God that a family member came in and they said, "Well, you can come and stay with us." Now I was in foster care, and at the foster home that I was in at the age of 18, before I left, I had gotten the daughter, the granddaughter, pregnant of the woman who ran the
Mm-hmm.
foster home. And so that was a big mess within the family and without. And so, um, but at this time, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about nothing. I don't care about nothing. I'm
Right.
just trying to see where I'm gonna live at the next month. I'm just trying to find something to do, somewhere to live. And so, uh, I go to Job Corps. I leave Louisville. I go to Job Corps. Go get my GED. I feel good about that. Then when I come back, she's pregnant again. I get her pregnant again. And so they came, her
Ooh.
grandma came, I know, right? And this is a church going family, and they are really having a hissy because she's pregnant out of wedlock and so on. So the grandmother comes to me with a proposition. She said, if you marry my granddaughter, because now we're going on second, 2 kids without being married. She said, if you marry my granddaughter, I will take care of all y'all expenses. I couldn't beat that. I was like, I sure will marry her. So I married her. She moved us into an apartment, got us a car. I mean, she just took care of everything. And so now I'm like, shit, I don't got to do nothing, but just say I do. And so I did that. And in the process of doing that, I'm already from the age of 13, I'm already dealing with low self-esteem, low self-worth. All those things I was dealing with then that I was putting the drugs on, they coming out. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm cussing out this girl, putting my hands on this girl, uh, just doing, not coming in, just having relationships outside with other women on this woman, and my children, they seeing it, but I really don't care because I ain't never had a father figure. I want to say I've never had a father figure. I grew up out of state, and this is, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh, and then from there, the cycle of addiction took place. No, now it really done progressed. I tried. No, the alcohol was cool. The alcohol was cool. I thought it was because that's what we did. It's what men do. Men, they go to, and I'm going to work at this time, but men, you supposed to drink as a man.
Right.
But I'm drinking. I'm okay with that. Chill. I can chill and still talk and go to work. Give her a few dollars when I feel like it. But then I got introduced to cocaine, to crack cocaine, and that was my drug of choice. First time I tried it, I'm like, man, this is garbage. Uh, I'm like, I'm cool. Nah, it didn't do nothing to me. Then I tried it again, and the bells went off. And so
The bells. The
those
bells.
bells, the bell
I know
ringer. Yeah,
exactly what you're talking about.
I got that first bell ringer, and that was at the age of 21. And during this time, I'm still keeping my fronts up. I'm still. I didn't know I was an addict because I'm still doing stuff. Uh, I was the youngest in the group who was really at that time getting messing with that stuff. But as long as I was keeping my fronts up, I I wasn't paying attention to the progression until the progression
Right.
got worse. Yes. And so now during this time, I'm going back and forth to prison. I was trying to get one more. I've been to prison 4 times, all due to my drug addiction. All due to addiction. Been to prison in and out, not only in and out of prison, but in and out of different relationships because my wife, she put me out, and so and I don't know how to live, y'all. I mean, I've been raised up in about a state all my life, and then I get out, they kick me out at 18. Then from 18, I mean, then from 18, 19, I get married at the age of 21. I somebody taking care of me, and
Right.
now I don't know how to live. I don't know how to do nothing. I'm getting older. I'm growing up in the prison system. The prison system, like, hey, I can do this time on my head. I know how to do all this. Uh,
Right.
on top
It's
of
easy
on
when you
top
go in
of
there
right.
because you're
That's
getting
it.
food, you're getting place to sleep. You can get, I mean, especially whenever you were, it's like growing up in the system like you grew up. I mean, it wasn't any different really than going from being a ward of the state and living in the group homes probably than to go in and being in prison because us addicts are like chameleons. So you can put us
Mhm.
in the prison and we are going to adapt and we're going to make the best out of being in prison.
Right. And
You
that's what
know?
I got accustomed to. That's exactly what I got accustomed to. Now, but let me tell you this, okay? It was on my second time I was in. I picked up this book. And it was called you know what? I can't. I just know who the author was. He got like 6 books. It was Les Brown. He's a motivational speaker, and I picked up his book and I read it. I'm like, man, that's me because it was this black guy who had a stuttering problem, like I do, who grew up in foster care, like me, and they said that he would never be anything. And I've heard that so many times. And I read that book, and that book inspired me to want to speak to others and to give hope to other people. And so, you know what? When I get out this time, I'm going to stop smoking dope and I'm going to try to speak. I'm going to try to be a public speaker. If Les Brown can do it, I can too. And now, during this time, when I got out the second time, okay, I'm out and I started pursuing that dream of wanting to become a public speaker. I was going to these little boys and girls clubs. We had a place in Louisville called the Cabbage Patch, where like a little club of boys and girls. They allowed me to speak, and I saw the impact I was having on these kids' lives. I'm like, okay, I can do this. But then every time I was asked to come back, I couldn't come back because I start by getting high, and that kept going on and on. And I was like, oh man, it sucks when you know that you can do something, when you know that it's your purpose, but you can't really fulfill your purpose because of the drugs and alcohol. That right there is a living hell within itself. To have a
Yeah.
purpose but can't fulfill it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. And so now, so now the seed of this dream and all this is all in me now, and I'm using. I want to do this. I keep going in and out of prison. I want to do this. Uh, Everywhere I start to look, I'm seeing people who's speaking, and I when I hear people speak, I really listen to them because I want to speak like that person. I want to know that person's story. I can do that. My story's better than his, and but I can't do nothing about it, man, because I can't stop using dope.
Yep.
So so now I'm on my fourth bit. I want to say I'm traveling around the world, but I'm running around the world. The dope and stuck a steering wheel in my back. And come on, we're gonna go here. No, we're going. No, we great go over here. We great go right. We great go in this state. We great run. Don't put the brakes on. Just go. And that's the way that the dope did me,
Right.
man. Stuck a steering wheel in me, and it took me to places that only by God's grace and mercy I was able to come out alive. I was able. I'm able to do what I'm doing right now because of this grace and mercy. So all my life, when I first got introduced, let me tell you when I first got introduced to the 12 to I do NA. I do NA. But when I first got introduced to a 12-step program, I was coming in off a binge and I was tired. I was going to that woman who my wife, who I cussed out, stole money from, probably choked her out, all that stuff. I was coming home to her. I'm like, man, I'm so tired. God. And now I know my purpose in life. I know what God wants me to do, but I can't. And so now I'm just like, oh, that shit sucks, man. It sucks. So it was 20 years ago. That was actually 25 years ago when I got introduced to a 12-step fellowship. And I saw this one cat. I said, man, and he was new in the neighborhood, but he seemed so happy. He seemed so laid back. And I just wanted
Yeah.
to talk to somebody about what was going on with me. You know how you would go to a meeting, they say you can drop your four step on anybody. You can drop to a preacher, a bus driver, anybody. So I just went and dropped my some this misery on this one guy who I said his name was Rodine. I said, Rodine, man. I didn't know who he was. I said, man, you got a cigarette? He gave me a cigarette. I said, man, I gotta stop this, man. He said, what you talking about, man? I'm getting high, man. I can't stop. He said, I used to get high. When he told me he used to get high and used to feel like I feel, and you stopped, that blew me away. I'm like, what did you do, man? How did you stop? And he told me about these meetings. I'm like, okay, I got to go to these meetings. I got to. So I go to my first meeting. And then during the time I was in prison, I've been in prison 4 times, okay? Now, during the time I was in prison, I would do a lot of reading. Then I would really read the Bible, okay? I would be one of the best. I'll be a Bible thumper. Every time I go to prison, boy, I get that Bible and I read it because God, you're going to deliver me from these drugs.
Right.
I'm depending on you, God, to deliver me from these drugs. Only you can do it. And so I go to the meetings. I get in them meetings. They talking about, they using this word higher power. It's not higher power, it's God. Y'all need to say God. Uh,
Yeah.
and then they cussing and talking about they cussing and using this word high power and God in the same breath. Oh, y'all are going to hell. No, that ain't how you do this. And so I raised my hand because I was going to teach them about Jesus. Okay,
Yeah.
and
I
I
know you
raised my
did
hand.
too.
I read. I started so I started telling them about Jesus and them and how they need to do their meetings. And people were like, okay, I knew I was spitting some fire too, Nicole. I knew I was spitting some fire. Then hands started. Then after I shared, hands started going up. Everybody was raising their hand. I knew they was on my side. Man, they tore me up. MO members came behind me and said, this ain't where we do at. You need to shut up. If you ain't got no clean time, shut up and listen. Boy, they hurt my feelings. And I said, I ain't never coming back to another meeting. Then I went to the other fellowship. I went to AA. That was a whole lot. Yeah, I like these people over there. they, they ain't nothing like him. And
Right.
boy, the atmosphere was so different. But for me, I'm an addict. Okay, I
Mhm.
get in there and I start manipulating the people. Started borrowing money. They started giving me jobs. They started giving me they work vans. I don't come back to work with a van. I keep the van. I thought the van came with it.
You're
And I
hustling
just
everybody. You're hustling the whole AA room.
boy. And so then I couldn't do it. Hey, so I go back to church. Okay, I'm gonna go to church because okay, none of them 12-step fellowships get me clean. I'm going back to church. I'm going back with Jesus. So I go to church, start stealing from them. Then I start taking they give me jobs. I start taking the equipment, I start taking the tools. So this goes on for quite some time. I mean, my life is just I'm done. I'm done. And then I finally surrendered to a 12-step fellowship. I finally surrendered to NA. I said, I'm an addict, so this is what I'm gonna do. Now I get in there, and every time I get me a few days clean, let's say 60 days, I would move. I always went to a transitional house because I know how to. I'm cool around people. I'm institutionalized, so I got to be
Right.
around people. Yeah, but every time I get into one of these transitional houses, I always get me a girlfriend. Every time I'm go move in with a girl. Every time. And the people would tell me, man, you need to watch your pattern. Dude, what you mean watch my pattern? You don't know me. You don't know me at all. They're like, okay. But I do 60 days. I wait for her to get her Section 8. I wait for her to get all those things. She's at the women's place transition. I'm at the men's transitional. And then we get together. I will love her. I love her. I love her. We're going to do this thing together and forever. And you my baby. And then less than,
If
I
we were
tell you,
in the same treatment center, look at me. I was the same way. I would go into the halfway house and I would leave with a man. I would have a boyfriend every time in treatment and in the halfway houses.
but I got
I
high with
look
every
back
one
on
of
that. I look
them. Every
back on it.
single
I'm
one
like,
of them.
I cannot believe I did
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, and I got high with every single one of them. And to those of you out there who's watching this video, if you are new in recovery, let me tell you this: if you are new, please give yourself a break. They used to say that. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get to my story. All right. Now I'm
that. Okay.
always moving. I'm always going to a transitional house. 60 days in, I'm cured. I know how to love now. I know how to be a man, and I know how. So I'm gonna move in with this girl. And like I said, every girl I done moved in with, I didn't got high with. Period. That's my story. Doesn't have to be yours. And so I'm doing this vicious cycle. I found out recovery 25 years ago, and now I got what 3 years. Oh
You're
shoot! I
okay.
thought that I thought I hit do not disturb, and so
You're okay.
uh I got introduced 25 years ago. And now I'm coming up on 3 years and 2 months clean. So that lets you know that I'm hard headed. I like to do things
Yeah.
my way. And so I ended up in Cincinnati because, once again, I met a girl. She was in a homeless shelter. I'm in treatment and I fell in love with her. I fall in love with people easy because I think if the cuter you are going to be the one who saves me from my disease. Okay.
Right.
If you are okay, I'm like, okay, just maybe. If you, she, okay, girl. But if you that one who walks in the rooms and all the guys won't, and I get you, I know you're gonna be the one who's gonna keep me clean. That was my thinking. I would get you. I would fall in love with you, and 2 months later, we both getting high. That's just the way it's been for me. But so I'm back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, in and out of recovery. I was the addict who couldn't stay clean. Every time they would take, hey, where Monte at? Oh, he's back out using. Every time my name came on the scene, every time someone would inquire about me, especially a female, girl, don't mess with him because he can't stay clean. And that has been my story. That has been
Yeah.
my story. And so it was 10 years ago when I really got serious about this recovery fellowship. And the reason why I got serious was because I finally opened up a book. One day I was living with this woman. I had to stay clean because I wanted to marry her. She was the one. This one here I had, she was the one who we was gonna get married and do everything. And so I finally opened up the literature one day. I ain't never opened up the literature ever in my life. And it said something in the NA basic text. It said, lost dreams awaken and new possibilities arise. When I saw that word dreams, it blew me away because I didn't know that they talked about having dreams in recovery. I just I just thought y'all talked about don't use don't you can't drink, you can't do nothing. Your life will suck if you do
Right.
all this stuff. But when they talked about dreams, like I said, okay, now keep in mind, I want to be this motivational speaker. And as a motivational speaker, we always talk about dreams, filling your dreams. And then to see this in a recovery text, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm about to do this then. I'm about to do this. Even though I said I was about to do this, I still try to do things my way. So I get some clean time, go use. Get some clean time, it'll get boring. Get some clean time, I get another girlfriend. Get some clean time, I get a good job. And then all these little things would come to where I would put my recovery on the back burner, only to
Right.
use. So, but my dream is still with me. My dream is like, it's like every time it's just inside you. When you got something, when you got your purpose inside you, like your purpose, Nicole, to do what you're doing right now, baby. You touching lives around the world. You touching my life because after this video, you're gonna show me how to do what you're doing. But
I will.
yeah,
It's so
I
easy. I'll hook you up.
I know you will. I know you will. I'm serious. And so this is your dream. This is what you love doing. And just think if you couldn't do this no more, man, it'd eat you up.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, it'd eat you up. So, and for me not to do what I was doing, it was eating me up. And so I said, I got to stop getting high. So when I met you, Nicole, now I didn't meet you. Okay, this is my third year in doing. I'm 3 years clean. And
Hmm.
so, but before I met you, I was doing these videos. I said, I'm gonna start my recovery videos back up because I'm ready to get real planted. I'm ready to get clean, and I'm ready to walk in my purpose. So so let's say 4 years ago, I started my walk with these videos. I started doing these videos, and people was watching me. I'm like, oh, damn, I got something going on here. But I was just doing the videos. I'm thinking because my heart was pure, I was helping people. Uh, People were saying I was helping them, that I didn't really have to focus on recovery. As long as I just help people, okay? I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool. I don't gotta go to meetings because I'm helping people. I don't have to call my sponsor because I'm helping people. I'm doing these videos. I'm talking to people around the world. I don't have to uh do the meetings after the meetings because I'm helping people. I can't go to a meeting because I'm helping people. Okay. So I got disconnected. And then when I got disconnected, this is this is another woman who I was in love with, who I was gonna marry. I was with her at the time. Okay. So
Damn.
I know. And but this one was the one though, this time, because she was the one. But she got me mad one day. Boy, she pissed me off. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna show you. Then after helping people around the world watching me, I go get high.
Damn. What was that
Yeah.
like? What was that
I'm
like
ready.
to come back and tell everybody?
Oh, let me tell you, to somebody out there who's watching this video, look, check this out. If you have used, I know what it feels like. I know with I know what it feels like to use the shame, guilt, and remorse. I know what it feels like. That shit will kill us. Then my thing was, okay, what am I gonna tell these people who's been watching me, who doing this? They already said I was crazy. I'm already known as the guy who can't stay clean. Okay, and now you're doing these videos talking about recovery, just having a good time, trying to give people good vibes. Now you go use. Oh, that felt the spirit that we have in us. Just imagine your spirit man in a fetal position. Always in the spit of your gut, he's in a fetal position saying, damn, I want to come up out of this. And that's the way it was. I'm sitting in that crack house. I got my phone. I was scared to look at my phone. I was scared to go on Facebook and see my peoples, but I would. They'd be like, Monte B, where you at? You okay? I'm like, what type of lie am I going to say to these people so I can come back and don't even tell them I used? So I'm trying to come up with a lie. I'm trying to cover my ground. But it's so hard for us as alcoholics and addicts to stop and come back like, hey, there ain't nothing wrong. I couldn't.
Right.
My disease wouldn't let me do that. So I said, God, I'm sitting in that crack house. Now I had some bright ideas while I was sitting in the crack house. I said, I'm going to call the dope boy. I'm gonna call him and I'm going to rob him. Cause I mean, after everything I'm doing, shame, guilt, and remorse is killing me. I'm ready to die for real. I'm ready to kill myself because I didn't let these people down. And once again, I did it again. And they was already counting me out, and I did it again. So I was gonna rob the dope boy, and either I was gonna get away with it and continue to smoke, or he was gonna do something to me, and I didn't even care. So I called him. He never picked up. And then after sitting there, I'm at the crack table. I'm in there by myself. I said, God, would you please help me again, God? Please. If you help me again one more time, I will do what them people tell me to do. Whatever they tell me to do, I'm gonna do. Now there were some things that I always heard people talk about. So God, so let me back up. And so guys was like, he gave me another chance. I'm like, what? But I had to get on Facebook and tell that time I think I had hit my first 1,000. I almost hit 1,000. I used to be focused. I used to be focused on numbers. I used to really be focused on numbers, and
Right.
I'm like, man, I had to go back and tell those people. I had to get honest. The how of the program: honesty, open mindedness, and willingness. It
Yeah.
kicked in. I had to get on Facebook and tell everybody that I used. But when I did, you said, how did that feel, Michelle? Feel like the floodgates of heaven just washed me because I did not have to lie about me using. Man, I was trying to come up with all type of ways to say I didn't use or to make it try to cover it up. But I said, no,
Right.
I got to go and tell these people, look, y'all, I used, I dusted myself up, and I'm back in the game. Welcome to the Monte B Show. Here's day one of my recovery. That's exactly what I did. And people follow me from day one, from my relapse, all the way up to 3 years. Now, let me tell y'all this, is that to that person out there who's watching this video, if you have used, get back in the game. Right now, we can't get to a meeting and say, hey, I used, but you can get on the phone, uh, let somebody know that you use. Let's get honest. Get honest. Then after you get honest, there's some things that we have heard that one of my favorite saying was, I ain't about to do all that. I ain't about to do all that. They would say, go to a transitional house and stay there till you get your own house.
Yeah.
I get your own place. I ain't about to do all that, bro. Because I want me a woman. I fall in love at the drop of a dime, and so I ain't about to do all that. But this time when I came in, they here's how God operates. Because when I asked God to give me another chance, the second day, the house that I used to be in, the guy called me and said, "Hey, Monte, you still want that bed?" I'm like, "What?" Yeah. He said, "Man, we got it. Come on down." Man, I know, right? Don't start that crack. You gonna make me cry.
I'm not sorry, but it's just like that's exactly how it happens. It's like divine intervention. It can only be like it's a miracle. It's God. He comes in and he will make a way. If you really want to change your life, then he
Yeah,
will clear the path for you. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
keep on going because I'm not going to cry. I'm okay.
I you made me tell my story. Okay, because His grace and mercy is. Whew. Okay, so he called and said, "Hey man, you want the bed?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I went and got the bed. I got the bed, and I'm sitting in this room. I'm just looking around, like, "What you gonna do, Monty?" Okay, and I'm full of fear because of all my. I've been trying to get clean for 25 years, y'all. This is my pattern. But I said, I'm gonna break my pattern this time. I'm gonna break something. And then I would hear people say they would talk about doing a 90 and 90. That's 90 meetings in 90 days. I ain't about to do all that. But this,
Exactly. Sorry, I was the same way. I was the same way. Oh,
but I had to do something different. So I said, okay. You remember I said I went to North Carolina to go get my GED. Y'all remember I said that's the last thing I completed something. So I said, let me see if I can complete something. I'm gonna do this 90 and 90 that they talking about. And every time I decide to get clean, it's always my clean date is 1/26/17. So it's always in the wintertime is when I always get clean. All my temps is always in the wintertime because it's cold. And when you ain't got no car, you ain't got none of this. I I do have sense enough to stay out for 3 months, and then I always come in and try to get help. And I've been doing that for 25 years. So it was in the wintertime. I didn't have no job. I didn't have nothing. But I said, I'm going to do a 90 and 90. And God made a way for me to get some money. He made a way for me to catch the bus. So I'm doing a 90 and 90. I'm still doing these videos too. I'm doing 90. I'm telling people, day two, here's what I'm doing. Day two clean. Uh, I'm doing a 90 and 90. I'm doing the meetings after the meetings. That was another. I ain't about to do all that. I ain't about to hang out with these lame ass people, talk about recovery. I just went, sat in a meeting for an hour and a half. What do I look like? No. I was scared though. I ain't have nowhere else to go. So I did a 90 and 90 and I started connecting with people. I didn't have nothing to say, but I just started listening. And the only thing I can really do was just remember a name. Remember uh, what they said at the meeting. Then try to talk about it. I didn't know how to interact with people really without using. So I just sit there and listen, just smile. Okay. And I didn't want to be by myself.
yeah.
So I did 90 and 90. I'm at the transitional house and I'm not leaving that house. When I leave this house, well, it's not a transitional house anymore. It shares that it used to be they sold it and the landlord. So there was three other guys, me and three other guys. We said, well, we're gonna go ahead and take over the payments until something happens. So I've been here going on 3 years, uh, and I'm not leaving until I leave in my own place. I'm not moving in with a woman this time. No way, Jose. When I move, my name is gonna be on the lease. Uh, it's gonna be mine's. Yes, give
Right.
myself a break. Mine's. Also, here's something that I just thought was one of the most corniest things, suggestions that you could ever hear in life. And that is, drum roll, we suggest that you Don't get in a relationship for a year. I'm like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Not getting a relationship for a year. I'm a player for one, okay? And
I know you are. I know you are.
I just okay, it used to be my thinking. And what you mean? And then I would look at the person who said it, and I'd be like, I see why you said that, bruh. But you know what? Check this out. I said that was another one of those I ain't about to do all that moment. But this time I said, okay, I'm about to give that a try. Don't get in a relationship for a year. Let's try it. Cause I'm scared. I'm so fucking scared. I'm tired of failing. And I got this dream, and I know that I want to walk in my purpose. I mean, Nicole, I want to walk in my purpose. I want to do what we doing right here.
Right.
And I'm willing to do whatever. So I gave that a shot. It got so good, y'all. It's going on 3 years since I haven't been in a committed relationship
And how do you
because I'm
feel?
learning who I am.
Do you feel okay just being with Monte now and not having to have a woman to like be there with you? You know what I mean?
I have my moments. I have my moments. Sometimes where I be lonely, like Friday. Last Friday, I was in a fetal position because I wanted a girlfriend. I wanted somebody just to be with and to hold. And thank God I got a dream. I got a vision. And thank God that I got a big dream. I got a big vision. And so for me, I can never say I'm bored and I can never say I'm lonely because I got stuff I need to be doing.
Right.
I got a mission. I need to learn how to do what you're doing with this phone, with this. We talking to one another. I got to
Yeah.
put that on my to-do list. If I was in a relationship, she can be like, what you doing, baby? I'm trying to spend some time with me. I'm trying to, come on, I'm mad. Okay.
You would
Then
never
put
be able
myself
to
on the
do
side.
this with a woman because she would be jealous and she would be like, why are you on there with all them people? You know what I mean? Especially like a new relationship. So you're doing the right thing. Like you are so in, like, I know that it's very seldom that I meet anybody that is captivating when they speak. Like, and when I do meet somebody, I'm like, damn, you're one of those people that when you speak, I like want to hear what you have to say. You know what I mean? Because you speak with emotion, and that's what I like.
Because I do what they tell us to do. Nicole, they tell us to speak from our heart. People really listen when we honest. Like that's why I agree. That's why I fucks with you. That's why I deals with you because I could call you and you ain't fake. You are all around solid. You are solid, and when we as solid people, when we speak, we can feel and we recognize one another. Ain't no
Yeah.
fake. So I did the. I'm not in a relationship till this day. I have my moments. I have my little fits. God, when you gonna send me somebody? When you gonna do this and all that? But he will. But then also a 90 and 90, no relationship. Then this piece right here, sponsorship. I've been in institutions all my life. All I know is caseworkers, parole officers, and case managers.
Yeah.
People who I got to report to. I'd be damn. I get over here and I get a sponsor who I gotta. Once again, I ain't about to do all that. Mm-mm, mm-mm. This time I got a sponsor, and I called my sponsor every day for a year. My first year, I called my sponsor every day. I had to because I didn't know how to live. I
Right.
don't know how to live with or without the dope. So I needed someone who was going to guide me. Then I started picking up my step work. I'm kind of slow in that area. I ain't gonna sit here and perk. I'm doing all my step work, no. But I got a sponsor who reminds me, hey, it's time to get back on it. It's time to do what you need to do.
Right.
Okay. So my sponsor and at this during this time I had to break up with the girl, the one who I was with. I had to break up with her because that relationship was toxic. And so when I broke up with her, I couldn't scream foul if she got with somebody else because I broke up. But
Right.
after like 90 days, I wanted to see what she was doing. She got with somebody else. And boy, that grabbed me by my shirt. Pimp down, pimp down. and but But that's where a sponsorship came in at, because I was able to call my sponsor and I told him, oh, she's with somebody. It's like when you find out the person you love is with somebody, it's like it grabs you by
Yeah.
your shirt collar. But then the more you talk about it, it's like it releases and it's not so tight. But then there's some days when you just like, forget her. Then you back like, yeah, and you got to call and tell somebody that your feelings are hurt, that you're going through something
Yeah.
that you thought you'd never do. Share your feelings with another man. But it got me through. It got me through. And but with all that being said, that's what that's what I did. And when I broke my cycle, when I broke the cycle of using, I did a 90 and 90. I got in a transitional house and stayed. I didn't get in a relationship for a year. For a year, it allowed me to get to know myself. And then there's times when we think we are lonely,
Yeah.
but we're not lonely. We are at peace, and we don't know the difference between loneliness and peace. And you got to be able to decipher what is what. And when you know what peace is, you be like, ooh wee. And you find out, man, I was never lonely. I just didn't know how to enjoy the peace.
Right.
And
Yeah, because
and the
we're so used to
sponsorship.
that chaos and
Yeah,
drama all the time.
all the time, all the
That's what
time.
addiction is. It's just constant chaos, constant chasing drugs, constant chasing women or men, constant, like, constantly trying to fill yourself up because you're empty. So instead of filling yourself up with like positive things like sharing the way you feel or going to meetings or doing church or having fellowship or reading literature, we're like trying to fill ourselves up with drugs and alcohol, and all that stuff is temporary, and the things that you're filling yourself up with now are permanent solutions. These are solutions that will help you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah. And,
Man,
and and
listen, go ahead.
and in the process, I also want to tell someone too that in the process, uh, I started my Facebook page. I met Nicole, y'all, on Facebook. We are advocates, okay? And well, I know what Nicole was doing. Nicole, I'm so proud of you. I remember your first day on YouTube when we both said we was gonna do it, and because for whatever reason, I feel as though I get more traffic on Facebook, and I'm like, you ain't nobody gonna follow me. Once again, that self doubt. But you have just given me so much hope. You don't know, this right here was of God, and girl, I can't wait. My next, you could be the first one I
You can do
interview.
it. You can do it. And
Yeah,
listen, everybody's asking me if you have a YouTube channel. So
I do have a YouTube channel, but it's
when
not.
we get done, I'm going to link
I
your channel in the comment section. So everybody that's watching this video, there's 30 people right here right now. Everybody that's watching this video, I'm going to put Monte's YouTube channel in the comments in the description box of this video. He has a channel
in my
and he
Facebook.
will be uploading on it.
Yes, I will. In my Facebook, give me my Facebook link too, Nicole.
I'm going to get it all. He has Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram, and he has a YouTube channel. And like, y'all, he is so creative with his recovery videos because he comes at recovery from a musical kind of like, uh, he comes at it from like, he's very clever. He has raps about recovery. It's just cool, y'all. He's real cool and he makes it fun. And it's, being sober doesn't have to be boring. We can have a good time. And
Right.
Monte we met on Facebook. I loved him since the day I met him. And then we've just stayed in contact ever since. I ran away from Facebook, but I stayed in contact with you because you're good
Yeah.
people.
Man, dang, hey, this is awesome. Hey, y'all, stay clean, stay sober, and chase your dreams. Chase your dreams because your dreams is pretty much. I feel it's your purpose. Somebody who's watching this video right now, out of we got 30 people. Somebody has a dream. They want to do something. They are so scared to do it due to the fact of what other people will say about them. Well, this girl right here, Nicole, they was turning her ass up on Facebook, but she kept going. She
They
would
sure
be like,
did.
she'd be
And
like, forget y'all.
I tell people that here on my channel because there's not a lot of people that were there with me and witnessed it like you did. But people will go against you because you're standing for something and they
Mhm.
maybe don't like it. And you guys have to just keep pushing forward and do what you believe in, and don't let anybody talk down to you or anybody discourage you from trying to be what you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing but a thing. I mean, I've had a lot worse go on in my life besides what could happen on Facebook. So that was my motivation, though. That is what made me think, you know what? I'll show y'all. Peace. I'll be back. And then y'all are going to be wishing y'all hadn't acted like that. You know?
I'm
It's all
super
good,
proud
though.
of you, girl. Wow, because you are a true soldier. You kept you kept going. You like forget this, and like okay, like I was saying, y'all, people gonna say stuff about you. People are going to doubt you, but you got to keep believing in yourself. You got to believe in yourself, and in the process of believing in yourself, get around people who believe like you and who's gonna believe in you as well. Because me and Nicole, for us to be right here, it's because we believed in each other, and we didn't give up, not just only on each other, but only on ourselves. But Nicole has taken it to another level, and thank you for taking it to another level because now I got somebody, I got a friend who's going to show me how to take it to another level.
And you ain't gonna give up. I'm telling you, you can do this, and like you are like, you're a man. You can be at the forefront sharing your experience, strength, and hope here on YouTube. And I love Facebook. I love all social media, but here on YouTube, it's like we have such an amazing community of recovering addicts and alcoholics, and we all want it's just so much fun, man. And we could do this a lot more. You can come on the channel and just do regular like hangouts with us where we just kind of, what I've been doing is doing like meetings in the evening, and then people come up and they share for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then they click off, and then another person comes up. It's so cool.
It's on. It's
I
on. You
love
gonna show
it.
me how
I
to do
love it.
this?
But okay, so what I'm gonna do, tell everybody what the name of your channel is and your Instagram. I will link it all, and then I sent you that picture of the thumbnail that I'm gonna put up. But let everybody know where they can find you on Instagram
Okay.
and Facebook and YouTube.
Okay. On we're gonna start with my Facebook channel, which is Monte, Monte Barnett, Barnett, and it has uh, what's that? The picture is a rated R. It's got rated R. It's a recovery symbol, but it looks like the rated R, like a movie. The movie symbol rated R, but it's for
Uh-huh.
recovery. That's that's my page. That's the one that I need to go to because the other ones I don't know how to take off. And Monte Barnett on Facebook, the recovery symbol. On Instagram, it's Monte B Abnormal. You see the once you get a dose of me, you'll be addicted. It's that symbol, Monty B Abnormal. And then on what I say, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, it's Monty B Abnormal. So those
Yes.
two are the same. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You
Thank
did
you.
so good. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, you shared for a straight hour, so good job.
Thanks.
You know,
Thanks.
I've always, when people come on, I always wonder, are they going to be able to talk like I talk? Because I can talk all day long. You know what I mean? But listen to me. Your story is so inspiring because I did not know that about you when you were younger. I did not know that, you were that. I hear so many people tell their stories. And one thing that a lot of people have in common is their childhood. Is it not having the stability of two parents in their life, maybe experiencing abuse at a young age. And so, hold on, Nate. It's just like so inspiring to see you sober and do thing right now, and not letting that you're young, not letting your childhood take advantage. Like, playing forward in your life. Like you're stopping that. You put it into that cycle, and now you're moving on, and you're successful. You're already a huge success. You know what I mean? Just because you're not on drugs anymore. Like you're sober, you're healthy, you look good. Like I was telling everybody, I said, this is Monte Be Abnormal, the world's greatest motivator. I was telling everybody about you coming on earlier today when I did a live stream, and I said, he is the world's greatest motivator. When you hear him speak, he'll tell you, and you'll hear it, and you'll say, you know what? He's right. I'm going to get out there. Anytime I'm walking with my husband and my son, to this day, I hear you in my mind going, be big. Be big, be big. And it like gives me chills. I can literally, like, I get so excited because you're doing so good. So, anyways, I love you, man.
I love you. Thank you. Wow, you don't know.
I'll send you this video and you can share it anywhere you want to share it, okay?
Thank you so much. Right. Hey, look, if I don't talk to you tonight, tomorrow I'm gonna call you and you're gonna show me how to do this. It's time for me to take it to the next level. All right. I got love you. Thank you. And thank everybody. Too, yes. Mwah.
Everybody stay clean and do the right thing.
That's right. Peace.
All right, bye. All right, you guys. That was Monte. Probably, like I said, one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my whole entire life, y'all. And he is the real deal. So, what, Alexander? This child. I'm shutting this off. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I want to get his YouTube channel link and put it in the comments right now. So that way you guys can check his channel out. Because I'm telling you, y'all are going to love him. Share, copy link. There we go. And how is it? Did it sound okay on you guys' end? Here is Monte's YouTube channel. And then he is Monte B. What now?
I dropped them.
Normal on Instagram. And then Monte Barnett on Facebook. Sorry guys, I'm putting it all in chat for you guys. So he had, could you guys hear okay? Because I felt like it was cutting out on my end. I just want to make sure. Okay, good. That makes me so happy. For some reason, my computer was glitching, but if you guys could hear it good, that's all that matters. So, who's next? Violet says we need more guests. Who's next? So tomorrow night, you guys, we got Andrew coming on. Andrew's going to come on and tell his story tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be here or be square, all right? And if you guys want to share this video on your social media, go ahead and share it. I mean, I know Monte would love for everybody to be able to hear his story because he's such, like I was saying, I get choked up about it because we started out on Facebook together and we were both kind of like, you know, doing the thing. And he sat there and he saw people how they were to me on Facebook because I'm on maintenance medication. And he wasn't like one of those people that judged me. So I'm just so grateful to have him as a friend. And so I wanted to have him on our channel so that way you guys could get to know him. I also want you guys to have more diversity of different people on the channel. So I'm trying to keep in mind all the things that you guys request so that way this channel can be equal and everybody can have their representation in somebody that has been on the channel. So I saw that Bozeman joined. I see you, Bozeman. I'm going to send you a link to our members only recovery chat. And I really appreciate all of you guys for coming out tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream because I don't want to make the video real long. But I will see you guys tomorrow night at 7 with Andrew, okay? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Share this video as much as you can. Let everybody know that recovery is possible. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7, okay? Bye, guys.